Good morning, my friends. Welcome to this episode of Healing Your Codependency. I'm Marshall Berkshire, and I am your guide in transforming your codependency into confidence, freedom, and belonging in your life. Today, we're going to be talking about mental blocks and how actually mental blocks don't exist, at least not in my work. We don't have emotional blocks. We do not have mental blocks that we have to overcome or defeat. So that's what we're going to be jumping into today. Before we get to that, I want to let you know this is the last episode of 2023. So first week of January, we're going to be kicking into high gear because we got the foundations trainings coming. The foundations trainings is where you learn how to create emotional safety, self-worth, and belonging in your life after codependency. We start January 22nd. So watch out for that. We'll be talking a lot about those subjects in January, but yes, this is the last episode for 2023, and I want to thank you for being here on my podcast, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, supporting my work, allowing me to contribute to your healing, to your well-being in your world. So thank you. I also want to note the heaviness of holidays, the weight that we carry, the grief, the loneliness, the sadness that can be at this time, and offer acknowledgement, my warmth and care for what you might be going through right now, because I know my own experience. Holidays can be a bit of a hell at times. So if that's where you're at, I hold space, I hold care and warmth for what you're going through there. Now let's jump in here. So, do you have a mental block, or is it actually something else that's showing up for you? A lot of times, especially in my experience with self-help and with therapy, especially starting in 2003 when I started this journey, I spent an entire decade trying to fix my mental blocks. It cost me 10 years of my life not having the right knowledge, the right tools, and the right practices with the right support to get healing. One of those elements of the wrong knowledge was this concept of mental blocks. So what's a mental block? It's this concept that says, hey, I don't believe this, and I can't have this, I can't do this, this is not something I can attain for myself. So it is a belief that shows up in our thoughts that says I can't have, do, or be that thing. And then the objective is to eliminate that mental block, usually by trying to use affirmations, trying to reprogram our subconscious mind, by trying to believe in something else or to counter it with some sort of opposite experience, things like that. I did all of that for many, many years. Cost me, again, a decade of my life, tens of thousands of dollars, and a lot of energy and frustration. Left me feeling really broken and really stupid in my life. This is why we don't do it in my work, because I have discovered that mental blocks actually do not exist. We also do not have emotional blocks. Emotional blocks are big feelings that show up that we think are preventing us from having what we want. They're in between us and our desire, so it's blocking us that way. My work, these things don't exist. What actually is going on is something very, very profound, very important, and very essential to our healing. So here's how I view this in my work. The mental space, there where we have our thoughts, we have our visualizations, where we have our beliefs show up, that kind of thing. I call this the mental realm. And then in our body, we have what I call the somatic realm, which is where we feel our emotions, our sensations, our intuitions, our internal guidance, our own brilliance, our fears, our doubts, shame, guilt, love, joy, peace. All of that is in the somatic realm or in the body. It's felt. What happens is that the somatic realm populates the mental realm. It uses the mental realm as a canvas to paint its reality on. So if I have an emotional relationship to, say, dating, and dating has been scary and painful, even humiliating, then what will happen when I encounter the idea of dating is my body, my somatic experience, will flood my mental realm with those kinds of thoughts, perspectives, fears, and anxieties, because that's what I have lived through. That has been my lived experience, my subjective reality, what I have personally gone through in relationship to dating. This is why you can have two very different kinds of relationships with things. Like you're really scared of dating, but you're really good at making friendships. It's because your emotional relationship to these things is very different, and it populates the mental realm, your mind, with different visuals, different directives, different beliefs, different rules, things like that. This is why there's no mental blocks in my work. This is also why there's no emotional blocks in my work, because we are processing lived reality or lived experience. So the first thing we do is we want to acknowledge and legitimize the experience we've gone through. I teach a practice called ALI, Acknowledge, Legitimize, and Integrate. This little 3-step process helps us connect with what we've gone through, what is alive within us in relationship to a particular experience, topic, person, place, or thing. And then through legitimization, we stop arguing against ourselves, we stop fighting against ourselves, we stop resisting what we've been through, we start experiencing actually a permission to have our experience and let it be okay that that is our experience. What this does is it helps soothe and care for the pain that is coming up for us, and it nurtures an openness and a curiosity for something different now. So we don't have to rewrite our history or even go in and deeply try to reframe it. Instead, we can care for the lived experience we went through while cultivating a curiosity and an openness to something new for ourselves. This allows the body here and the mind here to become aligned again. So we're not pushing ourselves towards an objective that the body's saying no and the mind's screaming no. Instead, we're moving towards an objective voluntarily, openly, and curiously, and then our mind can take in the information, our body can process it, we can have a different experience for ourselves. So my friends, I want you to know that if you have encountered a lot of frustration, a lot of challenge in your healing or in changing your beliefs or getting new experiences or trusting in new things, it's because you're likely wrestling against your lived experience, thinking that that is what has to change for you to get what you want differently in your life. Reality is we care for that lived experience. We become available for new experiences, new results, and new outcomes for ourselves. So my friends, this is how we deal with emotional blocks and mental blocks. We actually acknowledge them, we legitimize them, we care for them. So if you want assistance in making this happen, I've got 2 options for you. You can get the tool for free. I teach ALI for free. It's in my library. So you can go to healyourcodependency.com, go up to resources, go to library. You can get the ALI training there. If you want to go deeper on mastering these skills for emotional well-being and setting yourself up for more belonging, more self-worth, and emotional safety, come join me for the Foundations trainings that start this coming January. The link is in the description here or on my website at healyourcodependency.com. My friends, go gently with yourself this holiday, and I will see you next year. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. So thank you for watching this episode, and you want more episodes like this, check out the recommended video above. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're ready to take the leap and heal your codependency, check out my workshop linked below on how to heal codependency permanently. Then you can understand how I help you restore safety, connection, and worth in your life, and how that liberates you from your codependency and empowers you in creating the relationships, the satisfaction, fulfillment you want in your life. So check that out below. Thank you again for showing up, guys. Bye-bye.